Today what we're going to do is extend our understanding of looking at and using zeros, and we're also going to look at finding the axis of symmetry in the vertex and being able to graph those things. So we're going to use our skills with zeros and factoring in order to determine what the axis of symmetry is. So as a matter of quick warm-up, let's quickly identify what the zeros are of the following three pieces. We've got one graph and we've got two equations. So if we look at this graph here on the left-hand side, we can see that the zeros are actually right here at -1 and also at +3. Okay, so it's at both places. Again, the 0 on the graph is where the graph passes or intercepts with the x-axis. If we look at the example here in the middle, we've got an equation that's in factored form, and so we just have to add in the 0 for the c value. And so when we factor that, we end up looking for two things that are multiplying to 0, but that are at the same time adding to -6. So that means that 0 and -6 happen to be those two factors. So in this instance, y is going to equal x plus 0 and x minus 6. So therefore the zeros are going to be 0 and +6. And then finally, in this example here, that's again on the right-hand side, we can factor this as well. So again, what we notice is that the a value is not +1. In fact, it's actually +2, which means that we have to divide everything, all three terms, by +2 in order to factor that out. And so if we do that, we end up with y is equal to 2 times x squared plus 4x minus 12. And then what we're going to do is we're going to factor this trinomial piece that we see right here. So we're going to factor that trinomial. And when we do so, that means that we're looking for two numbers that are to multiply to -12, but they're also going to add to +4. So they have to add to +4, they have to multiply to -12. So if I just start going through, get 1 and -12, that would give me -11. 2 and -6, that would give me -4. So same number, just different signs. I'm going to flip those two. So -2 and +6, that would multiply to -12 and would add to +4. So my final equation here is going to be y is equal to 2 times x minus 2 times x plus 6. And that therefore means that the zeros are going to be +2 and -6. Okay, so just a quick warm-up again of the concept of zeros and how to find them, and we generally are able to use either a graph or we can find them through an equation by factoring and then determining what the zero is by looking at the opposite number that's in the binomial.